The Eagles are just as good as the Dallas Cowboys right now, if not better, based solely upon roster. I would much rather have the Eagles roster, particularly on offense, than the Cowboys roster right now. Let's talk about the running back position.
Oh, you want to start at running back, not the most important position?
I will start wherever you want me to start.
I want you to start at the most important position, homie.
I will get there.
I knew you couldn't go there.
Let's start at the running back position.
Yeah, let's start the running back.
Give me Miles Austin. Give me Miles Sanders all day, every day. Give me Miles Sanders over Ezekiel Elliott. Let's go outside.
Huh?
Give me A.J. Brown. Give me Devontae Smith over C.D. Lamb and Michael Gallup.
Oh, what?
Give me Dallas Goedert over Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz. Now, given all the question marks at the Cowboys' offensive line, definitely give me the Eagles' offensive line as long as Jason Kelce is returning and as long as Lane Johnson is still there over the Dallas Cowboys' offensive line. So now you got to talk about defense. But remember, the Cowboys' defense was not great. The Cowboys' defense was opportunistic. So I will take Darius Slay over Trayvon Diggs.
You will?
Now, I love Trayvon Diggs' 11 picks.
Don't sound
but
like
he also gave up more 100-yard games, if I'm not mistaken, and more big plays than any other defensive back involved. So when I look at it from top to bottom, the Eagles roster is better, if not just as good at worst, as a Cowboys roster. We also have to remember, Cowboys, Eagles both made the playoffs. Did either of them win a playoff game last year?
No.
The separation was not that great. I believe the separation was 3 games. But here is the most important note that not enough people are paying attention to. To go far in the NFL, you need a duo at wide receiver because defenses have figured out how to eliminate one. Think about last year in the NFL. You got Super Bowl champs, the Rams. They had Cooper Kupp. They had Odell Beckham. I believe we have a full screen that accompanies this. Think about the 49ers. They had Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. The Bengals, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. The Chiefs, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. To go far in the NFL, you need a duo. The Eagles have that, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. The Cowboys, now that they have gotten rid of Amari Cooper, they no longer have that dynamic duo, which appears to be a prerequisite for success in the NFL. For that reason, I love the Eagles roster supremely to the Cowboys.
Oh, you do? Okay. Let's carry the one. Okay. Okay. I got it. Take your heart out of this. Take your checks that you got from the Eagles. Take all that. What's the name of the facility again? One Metal or something like that? Stop. The Dusty Bentley already been there. It's gone. It's right here in L.A. Can we be objective? Hell no, they have not caught up to the Cowboys. And they certainly haven't passed the Cowboys, as you even want to suggest. Let's start here. They played each other twice last year. We got to talk about the gap between these two teams before we start talking about these two teams. Can we start there? Yay, Acho. Okay, Acho. Who won both games? Oh, Dallas Cowboys. Ding, 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 ding. Dallas Cowboys won 3 more games than the Philadelphia Eagles last year, despite them both going to the playoffs. So we got there different ways. Ding, 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 ding. The game score combined was 92-47. That's me playing MJ in real football or him playing me in video games right now. That's a banging. We smoking, y'all. So I want you to just start to understand the gap before you start telling me that they have beat them. Now let's highlight some of the individual elements that shows that same gap. One team had the best record in the entire conference, and they weren't the Philadelphia Eagles. Dallas Cowboys. Let's talk about defense, because that's not sexy. You didn't even talk about that.
In the division?
No, in the conference. Oh, Dallas Cowboys in the conference, 10-2 in the NFC, best among all.
Amongst the conference.
Yeah, conference. I'm right here. Defensively, Cowboys outperformed the Eagles. Points per game allowed, takeaways, and sacks. Once again, it's a gap that needs to close before we even talk about y'all there. And you did it with your draft choices that are... Anyway, let's talk about Trayvon Diggs, who led the league in interceptions. Let's get on the offensive side, where C.D. Lamb had more yards than all the Eagles receiver. Matter of fact, no Eagles receiver had over 920. Let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott, because it's funny you bring him up first, even though he had 1,000+ rushing yards and no Eagles running back had over 800. Let's talk about the most important position now. Here we go. Because last time I checked, you're trying to make it seem like receivers make quarterbacks. Where I'm from, quarterbacks make receivers. Let's figure this out. Who's better, Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts?
Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah. So I ain't got to go through all these notes. Forget that. Come on, dog. They haven't made up the gap yet. It's a 3-game gap. It's a 50-point gap. And in terms of individual statistics and players, I don't see where they've surpassed them just yet. You got to make that argument before you blink.
I will. To make up a gap.
The gap.
Let's talk track, because it's the easiest to quantify making up a gap.
The gap.
To make up a gap, one of two things have to happen. Either I can get better, I can get faster, or you can get worse, you can get slower. Either I can get better, you can get worse. But both things happen with these teams.
Whoa.
The Philadelphia Eagles got significantly better.
Okay, trust.
Just offensively, you added A.J. Brown. The Dallas Cowboys got worse because offensively, even if you added Tyler Smith, who's supposed to move from left tackle to right tackle, came out of Tulsa, La'el Collins is a better right tackle who the Cowboys lost to the Cincinnati Bengals than Tyler Smith. So the Cowboys have gotten worse this offseason because Amari Cooper is no longer present, and Amari Cooper went to 4 Pro Bowls. And the Philadelphia Eagles have gotten better. There is a 1,700-yard difference between Amari Cooper leaving and he's taking his 900 yards with him, and A.J. Brown arriving and he's bringing his 900 yards with him. Excuse me. There's a 1,800-yard difference that was made up between the departure of Amari and the arrival of A.J. So not only did the Eagles get better, Sel, the Cowboys got worse. For that reason, I do believe the Eagles have caught up to the Cowboys. Now, is Dak Prescott significantly better than Jalen Hurts? No doubt about it.
Okay.
And last time we checked, no doubt about it.
Okay.
The only conversation to be had there is Jalen Hurts, we have to anticipate, if he's ever going to get better, he's going to get exponentially better. You know, when you're young, you take huge leaps and huge strides. Marcellus Wiley, today I don't anticipate that tomorrow you're going to be 2-3 inches taller. I don't anticipate in 5 months you're going to be 2-3 inches taller. But who will? Your son.
Yeah, that boy growing too.
Because while MJ is going to get exponentially taller based upon his youth, you ain't really getting no taller at this junction in life. Jalen Hurts, based upon his youth, is going to get exponentially better. Dak Prescott might get better. It's just going to be incremental. So where I look at Dak Prescott's lead over Jalen Hurts, there is a good chance that it will close significantly only because Jalen Hurts is going to get exponentially better.
Now, I told you to leave your heart out of it, and then you bring up MJ, tug at my heartstrings. Can I tell you what happened to MJ? MJ, first game, he ain't scored a touchdown. And then after the game, kid come up to him with the coach. Guess what they said? My son getting an NIL deal next week, I'm telling you. They said, we put our 2 best players, split the field in half, and then we had a spy on them. Nobody, I was so excited to hear that. My son got a reputation out there so good. NIL, hit me up. All right, let's talk about Dak Prescott, dog. He's won 6 of the last 7 games versus the Eagles. Let's talk about that gap. 111 passer rating. Dak Prescott owns the Eagles of late. And it's 10 games against them in total, 7-3. Like, what you're saying, I'm following the logic, but it has to land and execute. A.J. Brown's a beast. Jalen Hurts is nice. Together, we got to see how that's going to work. But let's not discount the Cowboys' pieces that they still have. They have their number 1 receiver from last year, which is CeeDee Lamb. They have their running back that's better than the running backs in terms of production for the Eagles. They have a better quarterback. They have the number 1 offense. What I think we got caught up in is the Cowboys have not made enough moves for us to be excited. But if you're number 1 offensively, what moves should you be making? And if this team was that close last year, but they need to do something between the ears, what moves should they be making? I'm liking this Cowboys versus Eagles series this year. Acho and I, we're going to put a couple bucks on that one.